Sunday morning, everybody.
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning, people.
Are you done talking now?
Okay, hold on.
Where are you going with this?
Okay, here's where I'm going with this. You're a very bad director. That's us losing views right now because of what you just said. Oh no, we're back to you being mad.
It might open up your eye, your third eye.
Oh, it's going to open up all your eyes.
Wake up, America!
Good Sunday morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Good morning to you. And what do you have to talk about this week?
Nothing. I am counting on you today. You said you had something to talk about. This is your thing.
No, but we never really talk about anything. We just jump into subject. Is there anything that you would like to talk about at all? Anything interesting that happened to you through this past week?
I don't know. Like what?
Great. So now we're going to go ahead and we're just going to move on to the subjects like we always do.
What was supposed to be interesting for me?
I don't know. I don't live your life.
You technically do.
I don't live your life.
You don't live my life. What the hell are you talking about?
No, you just ruined the whole thing. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it.
I don't know
let's
what
just
I ruined.
jump right into
sorry,
it.
I ruined your segment. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, well,
What did you want to talk about?
you got to be quicker
Did
than that.
something interesting happen to you this week?
Nope. So moving on.
I don't know what's going on.
Here we go.
What the hell just happened?
So I was switching it up a little bit, seeing if you had some interesting things that you want to talk about.
Topics. Did I say that?
You know what? You could look up topics, but you choose not to look up topics.
I'm a busy human being. I have shit to do.
What?
How would you know? You don't live my life.
Evidently not. All right. So anyway, jumping right into it.
Shit face.
Here we go.
Okay.
So I guess that there's a Finnish. What? What?
I'm drinking.
Ruins it every fucking time. Anyway, there's a Finnish travel company, and they are advertising and that you could take a trip. Okay.
What is a Finnish travel company like? Like a place where you go to and they
Finland. Finnish.
Oh, okay.
Not start and finish.
No,
Finnish.
I thought like there was a travel agency that was called Finnish. I don't. Okay, sorry.
No.
Let's move on.
A travel company from Finland. Let's just clear that up. A travel company from Finland.
Slow people here.
Okay, also known as the Finnish.
I have no idea.
Anyway,
I can't be the only one that doesn't know that. Okay.
They're charging $100,000 for this trip. If you figure, okay, $100,000
for what trip?
Here's the thing: what would you pay $100,000? What trip would you go? Would your ideal trip be for $100,000? You think?
I would.
And let's just say it's a little out of the norm.
Okay, because I would never.
Well,
do that,
not for us. I would say.
Okay.
Let's
just say if we're millionaires and we spent money like that, like $100,000 was $100. Is that what you're saying? Because
no,
I would never spend $100,000.
I'm saying some people might actually save up
$100,000 to go on a trip.
To go on this trip.
So,
where would you think this trip would be?
Probably abroad. You know, like maybe.
That's vague.
Dubai. You know, places like that. Hey.
That's our dogs. They're also ruining this for us.
Ollie?
Anyway, so you're thinking Dubai.
Maybe. I don't know. What?
That's what you're...
Well, I mean, airfare from America to somewhere that far away would probably be a lot.
Did you just say air fryer?
Airfare?
You said air fryer.
I said airfare.
Okay. That ain't it.
Okay, well, what is it?
It's... You can, for $100,000, you could spend your time in the North Pole in these glass heated igloos, right?
Okay.
Now, the reason I said this isn't really big difference for us is because the average...
We live in the North Pole.
Damn near.
Wyoming.
It's the North Pole of the United States, right, damn near.
Right.
But anyway, the average temperatures there are around -40 degrees.
Really? It gets that way here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So not, for everybody else, probably not ideal.
Yeah.
plus you're in the middle of the tundra. You can't technically go out and just walk around. So you're basically spending your time in a glass box. A heated luxury glass box.
I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that either.
No, absolutely not.
We live here in Wyoming where it gets to be negative 40 fucking degrees and lower than that in the wintertime.
Yeah, for sure. Like for a couple days.
Yes.
Or our power goes out for like 2 or 3 days.
But the funny thing is our kids from being here in Wyoming would go outside wearing shorts and shit.
No, absolutely.
That
for
way.
sure.
I've actually shoveled snow in negative 40s, or even just negative weather in shorts.
Yeah.
And a pair of fucking, like, slippers.
Yeah.
Your body kind of adjusts.
Why would people spend that kind of money? Like,
I guess just to go up there.
Giving them like luxury meals and stuff like that? But
I don't know. It looked, and it's like these little igloos, these little glass igloos they're like luxury.
That's basically for people that have way too much money and
that's what I was saying. It's way too damn much money.
Right.
Right.
I mean, normal, like everyday, working class like us would not do that.
Absolutely not.
We wouldn't be like, let's save up $100,000 to go to the North Pole.
If you've never been in snow, it's
cold.
It's over fucking rated.
Oh yeah, I hate it. I hate driving in it. I hate being around people that are driving in it. It's so freaking cold. It's just not fun. Like
I just don't even get the fucking excitement and joy out of like when people are like, I'm gonna go skiing and play in it.
I don't get it either. Yeah,
I don't want to be in it at all.
No, I agree.
Actually,
I agree. I'm not.
I was so happy when we moved from I hated the idea of moving from where we lived in California to fucking Wyoming, right? Because nobody's ever heard of it.
Right.
But then you're like, oh fuck, snow, right? And snow is enjoyable for about a whole 30 seconds.
Yeah, then you realize how cold it is.
Fuck this shit.
How dirty it is. And how people can't drive in it, and you can never. I mean,
it's just too damn cold. But it's just it's one of those niche things that it's like, oh yeah, I would do that just to go out there and experience it.
I wouldn't do that. Not for $100,000. Screw that. Just go to the North Pole for a couple $1,000s.
I don't think that's. I mean, what do you mean?
To the actual North Pole, there's probably other places you can stay instead of those like glass igloos.
No,
there's not.
No, it's the far North Pole. The northernmost North
Does nobody
Pole
live there?
There is.
Nobody lives there?
No.
Why?
Because it's solid ice. Not all the way at the tippity fucking top.
There's absolutely no civilization at the North Pole.
Santa Claus.
I'm serious.
No.
I don't believe that. I'll have to look that up. I mean, you might be right, but that doesn't make sense.
It is
You're telling me there's
frozen
a whole
tundra
area where nobody
with
lives.
nothing there.
Millions and millions and millions and millions of people in the whole world, and nobody's living in the North Pole.
Nobody wants to live in negative 40-degree weather on average.
This doesn't make sense, but okay.
Moving on.
Okay, let's move on.
So,
You're such a dick.
You blow my fucking mind. You really do. But anyway, maybe there's 12 church leaders. Okay, I don't know what kind of fucking church they're from or whatever, but they're under high scrutiny right now.
For what?
Okay, so basically, maybe they're trying to save up for this fucking trip and go to the North Pole.
Is it another church taking people's money?
It is! Shocker, everybody, but they're doing this in a different way. They're actually enslaving the homeless to go out there and do it for them.
What do you mean?
So, what I have here...
What do you mean enslaving the homeless?
So, basically, 12 church leaders have been arrested for trafficking homeless people.
What?
Okay. Wow. This is just great. Get out of here. Go on. Get out. Get out.
And we're back.
And we're back. Holy shit.
Oh, it's like having small children all over again.
It is. It really fucking is.
Oh, we've been doing so well, though. Like, all of our other videos hadn't had this issue.
No, and out of nowhere, they just get a wild hair up their stupid asses, and then they come in just busting in here. Just like children, Anyway, back to what I was saying. Son of a bitch. These 12 church leaders were arrested for trafficking homeless people and making them panhandle for the leader's own financial gain.
That is just, what do you mean? Like, they just, like, they stole them off the street?
Yes.
Were they feeding them and, like, giving them a place to live? I don't understand.
I don't know about all that, but anytime that human trafficking is involved,
so they were making
usually the
like,
standard...
Isn't human trafficking more, like, along the lines of, like, sexual stuff?
Not really. It's when you pretty much steal people and make them do things against their will.
Huh.
So that could fall in a very broad description of different things.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So when you hear human trafficking, it's not like they...
I automatically think, people...
Rape.
Yeah.
I don't think they were raping homeless people,
Well,
but they
I
were
hope
definitely... They were making these poor people out there to...
That's insane. Why would a church group do that? 10 church groups? Was it 10?
It's 12.
Oh.
It's 12.
That's ridiculous.
And they had them in the basement.
Oh, no. So they had them, like, in a concentration
So
camp?
they were like, they're like, get in there, no talking, and then they go up and do a sermon or whatever. So next time you're in church, maybe think about, man, I bet there might be homeless people in the basement.
That's insane. So did they catch all of them? Or?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
it seemed
crazy.
like.
But it makes you wonder, like, what other church organizations...
That's what I'm saying.
Like, what are they doing?
That's what I'm saying.
That's insane. How did they catch them?
They're the most corrupt of the corrupt out there.
I agree. I mean, I'm sorry if you guys are religious. I don't care. I mean, you believe what you want to believe, but church for me is just, it's not a thing.
I'm telling you, it's that trip to the North Pole.
Maybe they should go to the North Pole and get some sense fucking blown into them from the north wind.
Yeah, well, they could just be like, we had to do it. We had to do this for our congregation, for the people. We had to have them out there giving money to us so that we could take our trip to the North Pole to prove Santa does not exist.
That's insane.
Because you take the word Santa, it's got the same letters as the word Satan, and we don't have that. We're going to prove. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, they're on the same...
Hallelujah!
They're on the same wavelengths as that guy. What is it? What's his name? That you're talking about?
What?
You're doing the voice from the last guy.
Oh! Brother Kenneth Copeland.
Yep.
There we go.
Oh, wow.
There we go. Hey,
That's insane.
Those private jets ain't going to pay for themselves, man.
Yeah, no shit. So are they like going to jail or what's going on?
Oh, yeah. That's why I said that they were arrested.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that with all
the
chaos that was going on.
Yeah. So they're locked the fuck up. Don't know what's going on with them, but they got.
That's insane.
To say the least.
Right.
Okay, so we're just moving on from that shit show of a fucking segment that just fucking happened, but there was this woman who had a nightmare, right? I don't know if you've read this.
I haven't read anything.
Pretty big news.
Okay.
She had a nightmare that somebody came into the house and like a robber, okay, came into their to burglarize their house, and she did not want. And I wouldn't really care about the story, except I can see you doing this.
Okay.
Okay. That she had a nightmare that this robber was breaking into her house and was going to steal her valuables, and she did not want them to steal her wedding ring. Okay. So she pulled her ring off and she swallowed it so that they couldn't get her ring in her dream. She woke up, couldn't find her fucking wedding ring.
She ate her ring?
She swallowed her wedding ring in real life.
Oh my gosh.
So they had to go in there and get it the fuck out.
She didn't just poop it out? Why wouldn't she just poop it out?
I don't know. It's a diamond. I mean that shit could cut you the fuck up.
Well, I guess it could. Really?
Yes, and I could see you doing that.
You know, I bet you she was on some kind of sleeping pill, like Ambien or something like that.
Ambien or... They say, but they say that like Nicorette patches can fuck you up, and give you real fucking vivid weird dreams and shit like that. But yeah, those
like prescribed sleeping pills do some crazy shit.
Oh, it ain't no joke.
Yeah, for sure.
No joke.
I wonder, did they say if she was on like a sleeping pill or something like that, or?
It did not say.
So she actually in
her
like
dream,
a sleepwalker or something.
In her dream, she acted out what she was, or in real life, she was acting out what she was dreaming.
Could you imagine if she dreamed that she was killing her husband? Holy shit, I'd be afraid to sleep by that stupid kid. I'm like, you're gonna sit in the room and I'm locking the door. Because if she's acting out her fucking dreams, could you imagine?
So that's her fault?
Yes,
You just basically just like, that stupid bitch.
That's not what I meant.
Fuck's sake.
That's not what I meant. I'm just saying, my God. Can you imagine if she had like a dream that she was killing her husband and she killed her husband? I would be afraid to sleep by her.
Okay, well, I mean, nothing like that has happened.
Let me just take that. I did not mean to go. that was rude, and I apologize.
You're fucking mean as shit right now. Hostile as fuck. I don't think you're stupid. I think whatever you're taking before bed, you might want to ease up on it a little bit. Damn.
That's not what I meant. Anyways.
Out of all the segments, I think this one would fire you up the most.
Well, I mean, you don't know what people are capable of in their sleep. People get up in the middle of the night and just like raid the refrigerator and eat tons of food in their sleep and shit. I mean,
yeah, sleep eating. It's an actual thing.
There's people that actually
I used to sleepwalk back in the day.
Have harmed their significant other in their sleep and stuff like that. You know, that's scary. That's some scary shit.
I mean, I used to sleepwalk back in the day and shit. I mean, that was a long time ago when I was a kid.
She is physically taking off her ring and swallowing it. What is going on in your mind?
You're onto something a little bit. But hopefully she never has one of those dreams that we've had before where, like, you're cheating on me or vice versa. For fuck's sake.
I know.
You need to be serving some fucking time.
That's what I'm saying. She would kill her husband. Like, if you're acting out your dreams in real life, say she has a dream that she kills her husband or her husband's after her or somebody's after her and she
or maybe she's just cheating on her in the dream. In the dream world.
I would actually, if I was her,
what? Did you tie yourself up?
I would be afraid, and I would probably go to one of those sleep study places and have them figure me the fuck out.
I just pictured in my head.
What?
I pictured if this was you, and you were getting violent, like you were like smacking me and shit, right?
I would never do.
And hold on, and I would basically have to be like, okay, before bed,
I'm tying your ass up.
I would.
Like The Exorcist?
No, hell no. No, because I gotta sleep in the same bed as you. Yeah, you're not sprawling up. It's bad enough we have to share them with these fucking assholes, you know, and I don't get much room anyway, but you're not sprawling out. Okay? But what I would do is I would zip you up in a sleeping bag. Right? But I would have a dream that you were still trying, like, or you'd have a bad dream and you would still try to attack me, so you'd probably be like, hit me with your head and shit, and I would wake up and run away from you, and you'd be like an inchworm, just fucking coming at me, still sleeping. I'd be like, wake up! I don't know why I just popped my ass stupid. Anyway, let's fucking move on. We can go on about this dumb shit forever. Holy fuck. Alright, so, here we go. So, NASA's going to be testing out a satellite. Alright? And this satellite is to basically stop, it's kind of like an Armageddon type situation, like the movie Armageddon.
Right.
Alright? So what this asteroid, or this satellite is supposed to do is you got an asteroid that could threaten life on Earth.
Right.
Alright? So now that asteroid's heading towards the planet.
Right.
This satellite is supposed to be controlled, fly at the said asteroid, hit it, change its trajectory, and send it flying away. Which all sounds great, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what they're going to do now, and we could, whether you believe or not that there's life on other planets, right? During the test phase, we could potentially be killing off another whole civilization. And the reason why is because right now, yes, of course, we are going, if an asteroid is coming towards us and going to end all life. Hold on. If an asteroid is coming towards us and going to end all life on this fucking planet, yes, we're going to be like, sorry guys, I hope you don't get hit. And we're going to send that fucker flying anywhere, right? But the only way we could test this is we have an asteroid that's out there just sitting there. It's not doing shit, not bothering anybody. It's just sitting there and we're like, let's test it. Let's send the satellite.
So they're basically playing like pool with the pool stick.
And we're gonna hit that fucking rock
and see where the fuck it
and
goes.
we're just gonna send it off.
Why would we do that?
There's another civilization that could be sitting out there, just sitting there, just being like, "Oh man, what a beautiful day!" And then all of a sudden, that asteroid that we sent to them
what if they have the same fucking plan, but their plan's been in effect for millions of years, and that fucking bitch comes right back at us?
Well, now we got the technology to send that motherfucker right back.
We're just be playing ping pong all day long.
All damn day, it's gonna be pong between us and the fucking aliens out there. But we could potentially, by hitting that, sending it off somewhere, we could be fucking over some other
Why
fucking...
the fuck are we spending so much of money on just random stupidness?
I mean, it could save our life one day. You don't really know. There, shit's flying around out there like crazy.
I get it. Yes. So
I'm just saying.
You're saying that the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs is coming at us at some point, and they're gonna ricochet off of it, make it spin, and go somewhere else.
And go sit it somewhere else.
That fucking thing that they're hitting it with better be fucking big.
Well, yes. I honestly don't think it's gonna work.
No.
This thing's been hurling through space real fucking fast.
You guys, men in general, have a lot of ideas because they play video games all freaking day long, and they're just like, we should do this. This is what we should do. And then somebody with a lot of money is like, you know what? That fucking sounds great. We should try that.
Yeah, not trying to sound sexist or anything, but anybody at any time can go ahead and Google inventions that men have made that we still use today. Not saying that women don't invent stuff, but there's a woman shitting on a man's invention. I'm not saying this is the best of them, but what I am saying is there's a lot of stuff. I'm not saying that
you haven't come up with that your testosterone man hasn't come up with a lot of good ideas, but they should really check themselves when it comes to certain ideas.
Well, then that's going to just take us into the last bit of our segment. Our last thing that I want to get, it's not really a segment. Well, I guess it is a segment. But here we go. It's him breathing. The damn dog sounds like he's dying when he's breathing. That's our pug. He literally sounds like death when he's breathing.
It sounds like somebody's like crying out there. Like we have the Llorona sitting out there or something.
Don't. We just watched that movie today. Don't. Anyway. So, what I wanted to get into is a question that I was thinking about. And that question is this. All right? So, if somebody like Black Mirror-ish, right? And this goes for everybody out there listening to, Black Mirror-ish type situation. If they could stick something into your head, right, that would learn your mannerisms. And there is a Black Mirror episode. Yeah. Learn your mannerisms. Learn what you do day in, day out.
Right.
Basically, copycat or absorb your consciousness into whatever it is that they put into your head. Okay? You die. They pop that sumbitch out.
There was a Black Mirror episode.
Yes. But here's my thing on it. They pop that sumbitch out. Put it in either a robot body or maybe a clone body of you. Is it still you?
No.
Okay. No. She says no. Now hear me out on the rest of this.
Okay.
All right? And I have it right here.
Because it's soulless.
Oh, but hear me out.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
It's absorbed your consciousness. It's
but
put
it's
into
not going to be exact.
It's put into a husk that has been made of your exact DNA.
It's still not going to be
but
exact.
But here's my thing on it.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
What if you are already that kind of clone? And think about it, because the human body, you don't have the same exact cells that you were born with, because cells fucking die, new cells replace them. So you don't have the same cells that you had or that I've had since birth.
Right.
Correct?
Right.
And who's to say that your consciousness isn't any different, that it just evolves and your old consciousness dies, that you're not the same, you're not even the same person you were from birth at all. Okay. Because even DNA dies and new DNA comes into play, correct?
But I'm still the same person.
But are you though?
What do you
because
mean?
Here's the thing. Have you ever tasted something as a child and been like, I can't stand that shit?
Right.
But then you become an adult and you're like, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
What if it's just, that was the old you dying and this is the new you taking over?
It's strange. I don't like that.
Right?
So are you saying we're cloned?
I'm saying that...
Or are we just cloning ourselves?
That we're not, in any way, shape, or form, the same human being we were even 10 years ago.
I don't like... that's a very weird concept. I don't know.
So if you were
so what you're saying is that
so what I'm saying is this: if you were to have something put into your head that absorbed your consciousness, everything you did from personality
so
to
if I was
personal
to die
preferences,
and I had something like that, you would be okay with taking that out, putting it in another body that looks just like me, and you'd be like, yeah, that's my wife.
is she going to be less mean?
No, she's going to be just as bitchy as I am.
Then I would say it's you.
You're such an asshole.
That's my wife. That's totally her. It worked.
It's totally not me.
Five-star review. 5-star review. It totally is her. She's mean as shit. But no. Honestly, I want. You have watched our videos and said, "Holy fuck, I'm so mean," and I didn't even say it. You said it. But anyway, I want people to think. I want people to think about that. Like, you're not the same person that you were.
Right.
Everything changes.
It's a super weird concept. I don't know how.
Why would all of a sudden your taste change if you're like, I can't stand?
You're right, because we evolve.
Yes, I can't stand tomatoes.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you're like, I fucking love tomatoes. Hey, no.
Or when you're younger and you're not allergic to like something, and then as you get older, you get allergic to it or something. Everything.
Yeah, like peanuts or whatever.
Right. That is a strange concept.
So everybody just think about that.
Yeah.
And enlighten us. What do you think about it? Put it in the comments below.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That's all I got.
All right.
But that was my mind twister. I was so bored at work that I literally just sitting there, and I was just like, oh wow. I had like an epiphany moment. Like it just like a lightning strike, a light bulb went off.
You're such a smart ass.
I'm a fucking idiot. But it just kind of came into play that it's just like, what if you took your consciousness, put it into a machine, or not even a machine, but like a carbon copy of you using your own DNA? Would it be you? And most people would say, no, that's unethical. You can't fucking do that. But then it's like
so weird.
But then it's like, DNA.
I would be scared of it, like, because I know that you are no longer here. I, did all the process for you not to be here, and then just come home one day and have your new person. I would be afraid. Are everybody kind of just like that already? I don't know. It's a weird concept. You'll have to put it down in the comments. What do you think? It's a weird.
I just hope I explained it correctly.
You did.
But that's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If I got it, then everybody else should be able to get it.
I didn't say that. She said it. But that's all I got.
All right. So we're done?
That's it. I'm done. I'm done before he breaks the fuck back in here and ruins it again.
All right. Well, I hope you guys have a great Sunday.
Sunday. Let's say it together. Hold on. Ready? Hope everybody had a great
Sunday
morning. Bye.